Hey y'all, it's Indigo here, coming at you with round three. We're in week 4 of season 2 of the Grand Arena Championships. Um, Let me show you how things went down. After last round's lost, I don't have a shot at Kyber. That doesn't mean I just want to throw the round away. And I just wanted to try out a couple things, and I'm going to show you how things went down. Take a look at the board here. We're going to start off by going south. He's got a General Skywalker team. Pretty good supporting cast on there, but we're going to take out the Bounty Hunters first. He went with a Django-led Bounty Hunter team. And of course, my Imp Troopers will outspeed this team, so they make it pretty easy for me. I don't know if he bothered to check or he just didn't care or what, but use my Imp Troopers. They easily outspeed it, and you can see the damage that they do. So it wouldn't have mattered if it was Bosk Lead or Nest in there or what. It really doesn't slow them down. Boom, quick 60 banners there. Knock that out. Now we're going to do the hard one, in my opinion. I'm not sure how everybody else is doing it, but in order to counter General Skywalker, I've been using my Darth Revan team, and I didn't include Bastilla Fallen in there because I'm running her with EP to help kind of boost them up. So in lieu of that, I just use Darth Revan with Marauder and HK and Malik and then Trooper. I figure hopefully he can take a couple hits. But it's just, you just do it. Do what you can do. Try and do enough damage against General Skywalker so you can topple him fairly easily. Focus down on 5s and try and get him out of there before Skywalker stands back up. It gets rough. It can get rough. But thankfully, I've had some practice in Arena nowadays. I've got a guy running Relic 7 General Skywalker. And so I'm getting some practice on that. So this team's a little bit easier because he's so much weaker at 5 and 6 stars than he is at 7 stars Relic 7. You just got to keep toppling him. Go after 5s first, then start knocking out the supporting cast as much as you can, as quick as you can, and try to save some of your stronger moves for General Skywalker. The Drain Life from Malik is really good if you can get that one going. Right there, I was able to finish him off with that. Ended up scoring 53. So if you've got General Skywalker and he's, 5 stars, whatever, it's a great team to throw down. That's going to be low banners for your opponent. So behind there, he's got some Geos and then a Scoundrel team with Nest. Well, we'll go up top and start working on there just so we can see what he's got behind there. He's got Grievous and Night Sisters. So we're going to take out the Grievous team. You guys have seen this. It's a Bastilla-led Jedi Knight Revan team. I don't know if this is how everybody's doing it, but I got Grandmaster Yoda faster than my Jedi Revan, so he goes first, and I have him do the AoE, and then he, steals the stealth, and then he spreads the buffs around, gives everybody foresight. And then after that happens, B2 comes out of stealth, so then my Jedi Knight Revan goes next, and I can right away mark B2. I don't have to worry about waiting for turn meter to come back around and everybody getting a chance to go. Then I just mark B2, and once you got him marked, make sure you're not doing any AoE attacks. Like right there, I did it just because I knew it was going to be the finishing blow, but you don't want to do it otherwise. Otherwise, you're just going to feed him turn meter, and he'll end up taking more turns and coming out of mark, and then you're going to be stuck with him. So let me know if that's typical of what happens to you guys or how these fights go down. But this was a kind of vanilla General Grievous team. No big tricks to it that I had to worry about, like Watt or BB-8 or anything like that. So just got to worry about getting rid of B2 and then kind of biding your time until direct focus comes back up, and you can throw that on Grievous and get him out of there as fast as you can. You don't really want to kill anybody else. You see right there, Jolie finally had his turn, so I was able to bring back Jedi Revan, and he's got his mark up, so we'll throw that on Grievous. And now you can just do whatever. Just start focusing on heavy damage, trying to take Grievous out. He's got a lot of health, and he's pretty difficult to take out when he's at top health. It takes a while to kind of grind him down. So all we can do, he keeps getting back. He's got his health and protection. I got my Yoda. My Yoda's relic 2 or 3 now. I think he's up over 7,000 damage. So I think that'll help with being able to take Grievous down a bit faster. I think he's probably a good candidate to take to relic 7 for that reason. Since he's going to be your main damage dealer, you want him to be able to take out Grievous and not just get stuck forever trying to grind him down. You can see I finally got him into the yellow. Got another direct focus, so we'll throw that on Grievous again. And just keep working on him. Keep sending buffs over to Yoda so Yoda can do some damage. But you see Grievous keeps healing. Like, it legitimately takes a while. You could time out if you're not careful and you're taking too long. You got to be constantly watching the clock just to make sure that that doesn't happen. So got a big hit on Grievous, trying to keep everybody healed up so nothing funny happens. Finally took him out. Now it gets easy. Can work on everybody else, and it doesn't really matter who you take out, when you take them out, whatever. Just got to get rid of them in enough time. I threw direct focus on Droideka, that way I could just hurry up and take him out. I got Magma down, and now it's just B1. So flip it to auto, and let the AI just take out as many stacks as they can and get this thing done. And even then, it still takes a minute, just because he's got so many stacks. They just keep going after him, and he's got plenty of stacks to work with. Finally got him down, and was able to pick up 58 banners on that one, so that's pretty good in my opinion. Now we got his Night Sisters, and since I used my Imperial Troopers against Bounty Hunters earlier, my next go-to team for this is, of course, Padme. They're great at taking out Night Sisters reliably, and I like to put Xeris in there because just the extra healing on the chance that there is plague or somebody gets debuffed, she actually helps with that. And then you don't have to worry once you get the protection up, of course, they can't be debuffed. You don't have to worry about it that much. But it does happen whenever Asajj decides that she's going to heal up the enemy team and clear off all your buffs, then there goes all your protection up. Then, of course, I got Jedi Knight Anakin on here, Relic 7. He's going to be my main damage dealer. When I do get stuck behind taunt, since I'm using Shaak Ti instead of Ahsoka, I don't get the constant assists every time somebody's doing a special. So Shaak Ti can dispel, and that's nice, but sometimes it's nice just to get Jedi Knight Anakin to go, and he's got his AoE, and you can just clear the table all at once, like it's fixing to come up right here. Boom. There we go. Clear the table. 56 banners. Stick a fork in that one. Now we'll see what's behind there. And he's got a Newt team, Separatists with Watt and Zalbar in there. And then he's got Karth lead with just kind of random stuff. So that'll be pretty easy for what I have left. I made sure I saved enough just to clear it that I shouldn't run into any problems. So we're going to start taking out these two, and you'll see what I use. Got my CLS. And I told you this is the last match of the season, and I'm knocked out of contention for Kyber. Even if I won this super efficiently and finished off all my feats, I would still fall short by, a few hundred points after the winning bonus. So it does no good. I didn't really bother with finishing off the underman feat or the kill squads with Grievous, all those feats that I've got a little bit left to do. Not really worried about those. I already did the math, and they're not going to help, so might as well just have fun and not stress over going in undermanned or whatever, and just send my whole team in and take care of business. So that's what I'm doing here. got my full CLS team and tore right through them for 59 banners. Now I'll go ahead and take FO against this Karth-led, I guess, Old Republic team, but with Sabine in it. So treat it just like you would regular. When they have Mission and Zalbar, it's a lot tougher just because Zalbar is constantly going to steal away your focus and taunt every time you get somebody into low health. Well, here you don't have to worry about that. So you treat it basically the same way. You use that 2-turn stun, use the stun special from Xylo, and start controlling the team, and then start taking them out, you know, bit by bit. So we'll just keep working on them here and trying to also recoup some banners. I learned an interesting trick that I guess I had forgotten about. If y'all watch Zareth in his videos, he uses First Order a lot. And he mentioned that once a Stormtrooper has advantage and he uses basic, he can dispel. Well, I had completely forgotten about that mechanic. You know, you go through all these characters and you tend to forget little things like that. So I actually got to use that the other day doing this battle and doing other similar testing. You know, it's nice to have those extra dispels that I'd completely forgotten about. So you can see this team is not too special, just kind of a hodgepodge OR mix, and they haven't gotten to do anything. One of the troubles was actually slowing the battle down long enough to be able to recover all the banners, trying to get every last point for protection and all that, because I don't know what my opponent's going to score, you know, how that's going to play out, and I want to do as good as I can on the banners so I could beat him. So I picked up 59 banners for that one. Not too bad, just got that one last area on the bottom back there to wrap up. Got Geos and then Scoundrels, so let's go after those two and put this battle away. Alright, first up, we'll go ahead and tackle his Kira Scoundrel team. He's got Kira and L3 there, but he's also got Greedo in with the Scoundrels, Vandor, and Nest. And you know Nest can always be kind of tricky. You don't want to time out, get stuck on a lone Nest, and have to turn around and clean her up with a secondary team. And I didn't want to have to do that. I figured I would have some room to work. I mentioned before to you guys that I've been putting my Darkside Bastilla in with EP lead, and I also happen to have Thrawn left over, so I figured might as well use him just to be able to throw the turn meter to where I want it to be, you know, when I want to get a big hit in. And so the trick with the EP team is usually lining up Vader's Culling Blade right at the right time when Nest is taking a turn, so you can get that big damage. So it's going to take a minute to line up, but you can see the EP team gets so much turn meter from all the debuffs they're putting down, and all the debuffs that Darkside Bastilla brings to the table is huge. You know, it fuels that turn meter up. I didn't even have to go after Vandor first thing. He's actually second to last. And then, of course, Nest being the last one. Just got to keep going after Nest and throw down as many debuffs as I can. Throw some dots on there. Try and get, you know, ability block, just anything to stack up the debuffs. That way Vader can do a massive Culling Blade. And then, of course, I got her stun, got fear, all that stuff. She's not going to be able to do anything. So now it's all about just biding my time watching her turn meter, so that when it does come around and she does get to go, I can get that big Culling Blade in there. I think I got everybody topped up, so I don't need to add protection to anyone just yet. I saved Thrawn's move in case I need to throw turn meter to her. So boom, there went one Culling Blade and I got her down into the yellow. I'm deciding here, you know, just how I want to play it. I figured go ahead and fracture her, that way she can't counterattack, gain any health back. Don't have to worry about anything like that. And in the meantime, just start stacking more debuffs, which you can see how easily they just pile up on her. She's got loads of debuffs already. So as soon as she takes a turn, she'll be ready for another Culling Blade. Throw some more on there. And now I can decide if I want to use Thrawn's turn meter swap, but I just did a basic and was able to stun her. That way, again, just so she can't counterattack or do anything. You don't want her gaining any kind of turn meter, any kind of health. And once she goes, then I'll be ready to knock her out. So that's all I'm doing, just hitting her until it's time to get down to business. And now she's ready for a big hit. Hit her with EP, but she was able to counterattack. There's when I can use the turn meter swap. Gave it to Vader for that last culling blade. And boom, 60 banners. So now it's just Geos. And I figured I was in pretty good shape here. I didn't want to use my Jawas because they're much lower banners. And I still had Traya left over. So might as well go ahead and use Traya. I put in Savage Operas there just because his special is good sometimes if you can get the right moment. Like right there, I was stuck behind Taunt on the Brute, and I like to go get Brute Alpha if I can when he's in the yellow. Unfortunately, the one thing I forgot about is as soon as you hit the button to do the move, before you can act on the move, it equalizes their health. So he went from being in the yellow to, being healthy enough that the special didn't do anything. So that's unfortunate. I don't like that. Like what their health is at, that should be it when you do your move, and then maybe they equalize after. But it is what it is. You see, it's no trouble for this team. Sion just took him out right there. Got 55 banners for that. So I think I put up a pretty decent score. Got mine 1900, and my opponent hadn't gone yet. So 720 for him. He did end up going in the last, I think, 2 hours of the match. And he got stuck on a couple of my teams in the back, went multiple battles. And that was it. Since he went multiple battles on multiple teams, he was going to lose anyway. He didn't have much banner room to work with. So that wraps up this season, and we'll see you guys, when the next one rolls around, and maybe take another shot trying for Kyber. Shout out to my buddy Mikayas. He runs a modding service. He'll go through, make sure you got the right squad compositions and the right mods on the right characters. Give your account a real nice tune-up. I'll put the link to his Discord in my description. Go ahead and check him out. Tell him Indigo sent you. Thanks for watching my video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share your comments down below, and hopefully you'll check out my other videos on my channel. Peace.